two of them. Won't be the quickest of outfields after all the rain that's fallen in the area. And already somebody's catching a rollicking.
Nilesh Modi at square leg, perhaps just getting the wicketkeeper in the right mood, fired up. Wasn't as quick as the wicketkeeper expected him to be on the ball, but a typical Sehwag shot, the first ball. Feet not moving greatly, just going through the line. There's Nilesh Modi at square leg. Hitesh Modi, I should be saying.
Bowled pretty well, Martin Suji, in the last couple of games that I've watched anyway. He's just stuck to the basics, no great pace, but runs in and has bowled very straight. It's one of the wider deliveries that I've seen him bowl. Had a pretty good World Cup, just 4 overs against South Africa for 21, and then 7 against Canada for 23, 1 for 24 in 8 against Sri Lanka, excellent. 2 for 27 against Bangladesh, excellent. West Indies 1 for 38, really a very, very good figures. 1 for 27 against India last time out in the full 10. And that's pierced the offside. Oh, he had to hurry just a little bit. How good was that running?
Well, quickly they'll be making notes, the Indian batsmen. The outfield is sluggish, it's very slow, and Sehwag thought they were comfortable to win it. And in the end, he was really struggling and couldn't get the momentum in his sprint as well, because the area around the pitch also, just have a look here, he knew there were 2 for the taking, and he thought he'll make it comfortably, but in the end, really had to sprint hard.
Beautiful shot.
Well, that's Virendra Sehwag for you. He may not be in the greatest of form, but that won't stop the boundaries coming early. But this was one of the easiest shots to play for a batsman. It's pitched right up. Always at good hands, Sehwag generally finds the middle of the bat. Not a big follow-through, just a push, the face opening up to get the full meat of the bat behind the ball. Nice shot.
Turned away, good fielding. Tendulkar not interested in a run. There's just been a little uncertainty between these two with their running. Nothing that's caused any major problems, but it hasn't been decisive as yet.
Hitesh Modi got a bit of flack from the wicketkeeper in the last over for an ordinary effort, does well this time. Quickly on the ball. And good throw as well, aiming at the base of the stumps. Hitesh Modi, left-hand batsman for Kenya.
Big appeal. Daryl Harper not interested. 10 for no wicket. And 2 overs have gone, and this is the first ball that Sachin Tendulkar will face. And he's off the mark already with a couple. That's umpire Daryl Harper. Let's have a look at this LBW shout. The last ball of the previous over. It's not a bad shout. That has it hit him on the way across? You've got to ask yourself. The bat's tucked behind the pad. That wasn't a bad shout, Sanjay.
Well, there was an emphatic no from Daryl Harper when the question was asked. You can see the big no, and then he responded after a while.
Outside edge will get him runs, 2 of them. Of course, Daryl Harper standing in his last World Cup game in this campaign. I'm sure he'd do many more World Cups. Being Australian, he's unlikely to stand in the final at the Wanderers. Shot, 4 runs to finish the over. Big one for India. 19 for no wicket. Nicely played off the back foot. Probably get 3 here. They do. That's good running from both of them.
Selfless runners, both Sehwag and Tendulkar. You made a point off air, Robin, that is not one to keep or hog the strike, Tendulkar, in spite of his complete control of the situation, being the man in form. He'll pick up every run possible, irrespective of who eventually ends up on strike. Same can be said about Virendra Sehwag.
More runs on the onside, just a fraction too short, worked away nicely. End of the fifth over, 27 for no wicket.
Again on middle stump, whipped away. Earlier they correct the line, the better for them, because these two are classy players. They'll make them pay very heavily for this mistake, this error right at the start of the innings.
Two more runs for the 7th time in this innings, which is only 5.5 overs old. There will be quite a lot of twos, I think, today because of the slowness of the outfield. One of the ways of telling these two batsmen apart, because they're very similar in a lot of ways. Sehwag just a little bit taller than Sachin. Sachin Tendulkar throughout this series has worn an arm guard on his left arm, which has been helpful to recognise him. This time he decides no, it's not necessary. Perhaps it's the pace of the bowlers. They're all in and around 125, 127. But, you can still break your arm. 31 for no wicket. Pulled away. Tendulkar just makes the most of slight error from the bowler. It was just a little bit short and gave him an opportunity to put it away.
Not very short. I think it's the line which allowed him to free his arm to play on the leg side, which dictated that shot, and also the pace. He knows it's not going to travel to him quickly. He had ample time to rock back, and he was looking to go for the big one. Tendulkar, you could see him looking to really hit it over the rope. And in the end, just about a yard inside the rope, it bounces.
What you're seeing there on your picture is significant. And the weather is just about beginning to play up. The forecast was for some filthy weather coming up this way, and it's just beginning to come. And the last thing this match wants, this is a big semi-final. Weather interruptions won't please anybody, not the crowd, not the players, and it can be unsettling, Ian.
Well, it's unsettling, it's frustrating. A lot of people have travelled from as far as India for this game. I've bumped into a few guys who've come in for it. Well, the weather forecast today is pretty ordinary. Well, there's no rain forecast. This is tomorrow for the rest of the day, a 20% chance of rain in the morning. Well, that's certainly much better news, but today's is pretty ordinary.
Nicely played. He's played that shot well today, Sehwag. Just standing up on his toes and just waiting for the ball to come and then whipping it away on the onside. And this is a good start for the Indians. That's close. He was looking to work it away on the onside, might just have been struck outside the line. He's looking at his bat as well, Tendulkar. Might just have been an inside edge also.
Well, I reckon that's what it needed, because it looked pretty straight to me, this. I reckon it's got to be inside edge. He's not outside the line, that is for sure. That would definitely have hit the stumps. So we can only presume that Steve Bucknor thought the same as the batsman, inside edge.
This is good bowling. You can see even a batsman of Tendulkar's class in two minds there, whether to play it or leave it. The odd ball is nipping back. And that's the leg before appeal again. In fact, I think it's missed it. There's no inside edge there.
Well then, there must have been a noise. Something that put the umpire off, because otherwise, that's out. Small runs.
Well, there was a chance of 3, but Tendulkar just settling for 2. This outfield a little bit on the slower side. On another day, this would have been a certain boundary, but good commitment again from the Kenyans. But I think John Wright will be looking from the dressing room and saying these are areas you will have to plug when you play against someone like Australia. Can't miss out on those runs. Every run important. This time they'll get 2. Misfield. And that'll end the over. 9 overs bowled, 43 for no loss.
Good shot. They'll go to the boundary. 4 means 5 off the over. A better over. 12 gone, 49 without loss.
And Gondo will continue. He's doing a good job. Oh, he's got hold of that. 1 bounce over the rope.
Well, the umpires aren't sure. They're just having a chat, so I think they'll refer this to the 3rd umpire. And we can assist him there with the replay. Wasn't a bad shot.
Yes, he picked it up quickly. I'm just trusting my naked eye here. But it was touch and go, very close to the rope. Just landing inside.
Not bad for a man of 53. Very impressed, Ravi.
Done well, yes. Boundary is the signal. So the 50 comes up for India in good fashion.
Just get a feeling these 2 batsmen are just setting the stall out. They know it's such a big game. It's a big, big score. Missed out. Was there to hit. Tried to hit it down. He might have been better off going over the infield. I think that's what he's saying. It's there, it's out there, and he's actually tried to roll the wrists over the top of it and hit it straight into the ground. It'd have gone the other way and over. Who knows?
I think one thing that has been impressive about the Kenyans in this tournament is that they've stuck to their limitations. In fact, they just come across as a side where each bloke knows the role he has to play. Doesn't try and overdo things. At least we've seen that with the new ball bowlers.
Well, if you go back to the match earlier in the competition between these 2 sides, I thought Kenya outfielded India.
And that's gone away fine. Just the single. Again, good work in the deep. Martin Suji, the fielder.
We were talking about the fielding. Oh, Suji, this is not the easiest ball. First of all, it's a good pickup. Then he gets it away, off balance. And a direct hit. That might have been tight if they'd have gone for the second. Sehwag might have helped his partner out there by saying no.
"13 overs have been bowled. It's 54 for no loss."
All of his spell.
Probably still a bit sore from his performance against Australia. That's too short, much too short.
Certainly not much of a run-up from Asif Karim. Just a bit of a stroll, just a few paces and into the action. Well, that's short again. I suppose you're entitled to be a little bit nervy when you've got Sachin down the other end.
Come on.
Just a couple of steps. Back live now. That's better. That's where he likes to be. He's not a big turner of the ball.
He was very slow through the air when he bowled against the Aussies. He needs to just repeat that here.
At the start of his run-up, it's quite interesting. I mentioned before that he played Davis Cup tennis for Kenya. Look at this. He's about to serve here. And he decides to have a bit of a bowl. Work leg side for a single. This isn't where he would like to have been at this stage. He's 5 balls in his first over, 6 runs already. And for 7 runs in total in 8 overs and 2 balls against Australia, picked up 3 wickets. To a bowled, very well bowled indeed to finish proceedings, but 6 off the over, 16 gone, 62 for no loss. From Gondo it is. Only call of yes, that's good calling. Sachin was a little bit hesitant. It's quite interesting to look at the similarities in the kit. Both the two, they've obviously got the moulded pads, both of them. They've red socks to Sachin is a little bit different. Something we've seen him do over the last little while. Obviously their styles, we know their styles are very similar indeed, and sometimes can be confusing. Even down to the batting grips. Batting grips are also identical. And Sachin Tendulkar has been wearing an arm guard on his left forearm before today. And he's just tried to confuse us all by taking that off. A quick look at the 2 batting grips. Amazing. I reckon they must match things up when they are in the change room before they get out to bat.
Well, Asif Karim knows that he doesn't have a great deal of variation with spin. So he uses a bit of flight, not just flight, but also basically a change of pace. The ball goes through the air a bit slower at times than others.
These 2 Indian openers will probably just work him around for a while, and then in overall 2's time look to launch a little bit and just try and pick up the pace, obviously what he can do. They would have been watching the fact that he picked up wickets against Australia, so they'll be a little bit cautious initially. And a single just pushed too long off. So 4 off the over. 18 overs gone, 71 for no loss. Driving on the up. Very good shot, just a half stop. Outfield is pretty slow because of the rain. The old fella's got a chase at Asif Karim. And Tendulkar comes back for 3.
Driving has not been easy on this surface. Ball hasn't really come onto the bat that sweetly. The captain was the man there at mid-off. Just slightly disappointed that he couldn't get a bit more onto the ball. Saved the run though.
Sehwag should be out now. The fieldsman is circling underneath it. Has he taken the catch? Morris Adumbi it is. He's a very, very good fielder, Morris Adumbi. 33 years of age. He hasn't missed that, and that is a big breakthrough initially for Kenya.
This is pretty much what Kenya needed. They managed to bring the run rate back. It was just about 6 at one stage. Got it to below 4. Then they needed to take a wicket. Well, Sehwag is the man looking to hit towards the onside. The ball just straightening a bit. Morris Adumbi turning his back to the ball. Not really the perfect position to be in. But he held on just the same. It's 74 for 1.
Time for the skipper to walk out in the middle now. And last time he played against Kenya, he got 107 not out. His average has been pretty good so far in this World Cup, averaging 47. Overall, averaging 42.5. 8,500 runs. He's replacing, of course, Virender Sehwag, who was the last man dismissed.
Have a look at that shot. Ball was on off stump. that nagging line and the length again. Maurice Adumbe turning his back to the ball. But I suppose he had all the confidence in the world. He knew he would have held on. Held on well.
He's had some good celebrations as Maurice Adumbe in this World Cup so far. He is their best fielder by some distance, even though he's 33 years of age. Ngondo, good reward for his tidy bowling at the moment. Sourav Ganguly at the non-striker's end. Good line of length, solid forward defence from Sachin. Really was quite interesting, Mikey, the way that Morris turned his back totally on the play. Most guys would try and circle around and try and get front on to take the catch.
That is usually the easiest way to do things. He certainly had a lot of time. Had all the time in the world to get back to the edge of this circle, the 30-yard circle, and turn around.
Outside half the bat. Collins Abuya, also a very tidy fielder at backward point. But another chance to have a look at this catch of Maurice Adumbe. He was in the air for some while, looking to play it leg side, and just decided to keep his back onto it, took it over his shoulder, and then enjoyed the celebration. Brilliant stuff from Morris. He is such a character. And we've seen those smiles a few times in this World Cup. Still smiling. Lovely shot. That is a glorious shot from Sachin Tendulkar. Didn't try and hit it too hard. 7 runs from the over, 78 for 1. Couldn't quite get it.
Single always available down to mid-off. Mid-off not quite back on the boundary, but far enough for a comfortable single. Up now though, with the left hand down strike, Ganguly.
3 runs off this over so far, so this has been tidy stuff from Karim. Can he finish it? To full toss. There's a pass mid-off. Yes, it is. 4 runs, so that's going to hurt. Boundary off the last ball, the over. Karim will not be happy with that loose one. So 7 from the over, 20 gone, 85 for 1.
Now Asif Karim has a man back at long on. So 2 men on the fence on the onside. That's in front of the wicket. He's got a deep backward square leg as well. So more opportunities now for Ganguly to pick the gaps, get the single, give Tendulkar as much as strike as possible. Now he's asking for something from the dressing room. That is superstition, I can tell you. Having watched Ganguly over the years, if he's out there for 10 minutes, he will ask for something. Either a bat or gloves. That's well played. He's got that away fine. This outfield not the quickest. Good commitment in the deep. But yet another half century for the little man. What a tournament he's having.
That's 6 50s and a century in the World Cup. And that doesn't really sound as it should do, because it's, I'd rather say it's 4 50s, 290, 197, 198 and 100. Such a clever shot. Played with a vertical bat rather than horizontal. He's paddled it around there. The third umpire needs to just check that this was all done properly. And it looked pretty good to me. Or does that? Uh-oh. That's 4. Change ends. Valiant effort. Steve Tikola continues. And the 100 comes up for India.
A steady but a solid start. So the run rate just under 4 runs per over at this stage.
That's good running. By and large, the 250s have come up reasonably slowly, given the way that India can play, and bearing in mind that they're playing against one of the weaker teams in the competition. Sounds strange to say that, isn't it, really? But I suppose on paper, match by match, right the way over a period of time, 30 matches or whatever. Been really quite circumspect, as if they have a plan in mind of precisely what they want to achieve.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Tendulkar out there knows what sort of target India have to get. I think in his mind 250 is a must. They've got to try and set themselves up for 250, which means they've got to go at a runner ball from here on. And if they have wickets in hand, get a couple of good overs, 250 could be 270, which I think is a very good score on this surface, because the ball's holding up, the outfield is not the quickest, so you've got to add another 30 runs to the score. In normal conditions, if the sun was blazing down, the outfield was quick, the pitch was good, you'd say 280. But here you'll set yourself for 250. If you get more than that, well, that's a bonus.
Hit down the ground. He does hit the ball hard. That might have gone all the way. Yes, it has. And it didn't go very high.
Well, the crowd enjoy it. This is flat and sweet. Yes, opening his shoulders, given the opportunity there, Ganguly, and he wastes no time in putting the ball across the boundary line.
There was a long off in position, and he was never likely to get there. 109 for 1. Big appeal from the keeper. Nothing from the bowler, interestingly, and subsequently nothing from old Bruce Willis there. He doesn't look so much like Bruce Willis without the shades on, does he, Daryl Harper? He's probably pitched outside. No, it didn't. Pitched leg stump. It's not a bad shout. Don't know why the bowler didn't join in. Be honest, it might have turned a bit too much, missing off. Here's Brucey boy.
He's doing a pretty good job here, Steve Tikolo, even though he was hit for a 6 in the last over. He's bowled a pretty good line to Ganguly. He's concentrating on a middle and leg line. Doesn't want to give the left-hander any room outside the off stump. Won't be surprised after a while if Ganguly doesn't stand a little further out, outside leg stump, and make the bowler bowl into the stumps. Well, it's a tactic that he's employed in the past. Good player of spin, likes to hit inside out.
Just judge the length slightly. 114 for 1.
And he's after it. It was only a matter of time. It's on to the roof and over the roof. Just had a feeling that it was only a matter of time, Sanjay.
Quite right, Beefy. Historically, leg spinners have never troubled Indian batsmen. Ganguly again very severe on Collins Obuya. He's always in great control when lofting the spinners. Get to the pitch of the ball. He's got a great swing of the bat. Sweet hitter of the cricket ball, Sourav Ganguly, landing on the roof there. No problems.
Go! Ball Collins! Just get the feeling that if you're looking to repeat this shot, Ganguly, he's hitting with the spin. Zaboya, we haven't seen a wrong 'un from him as I speak. There you go. And that's if he's going to deceive Sourav Ganguly. I think he needs to bowl a few more of those at him, try and get him hitting against the spin.
There's the wrong one. A genuine wrong one.
Oh, one ball, Collins!
Complete reverse of the wrist action. You see a lot of leg spinners bowling the wrong one, the googly, with their fingers, but here's the wrist going full up. In fact, the release was virtually from the back of the hand rather than the side of the hand.
Now, I wonder if that same person is still out there, because that's gone a little further over the top.
Well, he makes the decisions with the spinners, which one's got to go, which one's got to be defended. This was outside the off stump. Sweeter timing on this one, and hence the distance was further away from the ground. You can see that premeditated shot. Didn't matter where the ball landed. And that's how he plays the spinners, by the numbers. It's been gloomy all day long. Just a brief period when the sun peeped out. It's been that way, just dark.
It's a quicker ball, and that's a good shout. Very good shout, I think this is.
Couldn't agree more. It's the quicker delivery that doesn't spin and has this habit of thrusting the pad at it, Ganguly. Just pitching outside the leg stump, but certainly heading towards middle stump. That one, I'm not sure whether the umpire really picked that as the reason for giving not out.
Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So Daryl Harper made a very good decision. It's 127 for 1. This could be tight. Ooh, direct hit might have been tight. There was a direct hit though. It wasn't the stumps, it was the bowler.
Ganguly just taking some time. May have been reluctant to pick up the single, and hence just struggling to redirect it. He was gone, and he wasn't really sprinting for that one, Ganguly.
Well, he's not renowned for his sprinting prowess. More a leisurely amble is the captain's way of doing things, but it had been out, and that wouldn't have pleased him.
Understandably, wasn't quite happy to get off strike. Would have preferred to stay on strike and clout another couple of sixes over mid-wicket. He was perhaps surprised that Tendulkar called him for the run.
Just the one. Just more energy coming into Sachin Tendulkar's batting now. A little bit of width.
He's a good thinker, Colin Zabuya. The traditional leg spin delivery, his stock delivery used against the right-hander outside the off stump. And just a discussion before this ball to Ganguly between Odumbe and the leg spinner. Let's see the outcome. So what he's looking to do is now just push deliveries outside the off stump, not give too much time in the air for Ganguly.
More of a flipper style, just push it through. Yeah, I think it makes sense, or a few wrong uns, but he needed to do something. It's a wrong un. No, he could get away with this. Exactly what we've been saying. It's the wrong un, and he went to swing it away on the leg side. Well bowled.
Excellent bowling. It's the wrong one, and Ganguly doesn't really actually pick what delivery he's going to hit. He decides, as we said earlier, by the numbers, so he decided that this one's got to go, but it was the wrong one, which made it difficult. And again, looking to go over mid-wicket, so he was really playing against the spin. Very fortunate. That could have gone anywhere at all.
Moral victory for Zabuya. That's a good over. 4 runs from it, 131 for 1. Well, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Cameramen scattering all over the place. Hard and flat.
Well, we've seen some flat sixes in this innings. This one coming from Tendulkar. Now, it's been a while since I've seen him play in this fashion. He's always been a great lofter of the spinners, but he hasn't tried it too often these days. Well, to me, it's been a strange innings from Tendulkar. It's just given the feeling that he's played within himself a lot. And when he decides to go for it, it generally comes off. It's been a long time since we have seen Tendulkar loft a spinner in that fashion. One of those shots that he rarely plays these days, but came at an appropriate time.
.32 gone, it's 140 for 1. It's a run on again. This time cut away. Well fielded though. It'll just be 2. The Indian captain settling for a leisurely 2.
Hitesh Modi is the man in the deep. Just the first ball, when he wasn't really on the ball. After that, he's been quite spirited, Hitesh Modi. Bats left-handed, so to his wrong side, that particular delivery.
Well, it's going to be wide, but it's a clever bit of bowling. He's a little unlucky. He's going to go all the way to the boundary and threw it up. It was the wrong one again. I think he's been listening to you, Sanjay.
And obviously not as much control over his googly as his orthodox leg spinner. But it's rarely used by Obuya today. He's got no choice with the left hand looking to clout him over mid-wicket every time. You can see they're just running down leg side. Kenny Obuya was deceived, not the batsman.
Well done, Rav.
It's been a strange innings from Tendulkar, and it's not really dictated too much by the surface or the quality of bowling. It's just what he's told himself.
He's got that fine.
Thomas! Come on, guys!
There is a 2. It's a bit of hesitation, but it's always a comfortable, easy 2. The 150 comes up.
Paddle sweep. Plays it well, Tendulkar, and he wasn't expecting a second on that occasion. You can see him almost relaxing at the end of the first run, and then he spotted an opportunity to come back for the second.
Sparing dive, but it's through. Only for 1 though.
They don't like going on the defensive too much, the Kenyans. There was one mantra that the coach has drilled into them, is to look for wickets all the time.
He's hard, straight to the fielder. 33 gone, 151 for 1.
That's beautifully played. Beautifully played. Will be hauled in. And good running from Tendulkar, so they complete 3. In fact, if anything, the run rate has increased from that 15th over, Michael, though the wicket fell at that time. Well, wicket fell in the 19th. But apart from like 23, 24 and 26 and 27, there's been a fair increase on that, and 30. And it's been increased, really, because not a lot of boundaries were hit in the first 15. And this field placing has allowed them to score 1 a ball.
Rightly called a wide by umpire Harper. Good take though by wicketkeeper Kennedy Aboyo. Wouldn't have seen too much of that ball.
One more.
Lots of singles have been taken, I think, because the mid-off and the mid-on in particular are pushed back quite early.
Should get a couple here. As soon as it beaten the extra cover, long off had a long way to go. Bowled. Fairly premeditated.
India going at just over 4.5 runs per over at the moment, but none of the batsmen are really in any trouble. It's just that they haven't been able to hit over boundaries. I think when the slog overs do come, though, that you'll find quite a few boundaries being hit.
Tendulkar's wanting 2 and he'll get it comfortably. 168 for 1.
Well, that's a half a century for Sourav Ganguly. Took him all of 70 balls, but as we have seen, this pitch is not the easiest on which to bat. It's not really a getting out pitch, it's just a pitch on which is difficult to score quickly.
Well, he's hit that. And it's not going to go even for 4. Stop dead. Like a sand iron. I think he might have got a bit of backspin. Must have square grooves in the bat.
Well, he found the gap. That was the important thing. Still didn't find the distance. That's a dangerous line to be bowling. There is a short, fine leg. All he needs is just to get just a touch onto it, get it past the wicket keeper.
Just during that skyer from Tendulkar put up the 100 partnership. That's been at a reasonable rate, just under a run a ball. It's the 19th century partnership between these two. 16 for the first wicket, because they opened the innings together for so long. 2 for the second and 1 for the third. It's a good shot for 1. You see plenty of that in this sort of game. Hit that out. What a wonderful catch. What a simply wonderful catch. Tendulkar needed height on it, didn't get it, was beautifully caught.
Well, he hasn't been able to get a lot of height on some of those pull shots, and this time he didn't find the gap. Still needed a bit of catching. It was powerfully hit. Well, fortunately, that Oboya brother is tall. It's David Oboya. He's the tallest of them, and he held on well. 177 for 2.
Mohammad Kaif comes in with India 177 for 2 at the dismissal of Tendulkar. Well, that's wonderful fielding. I think he's in. Daryl Harper's just going to check it, but I think he got there. What a good bit of fielding.
It's another Oboya, Collins Oboya on this occasion. He is quick. He's usually a pretty good fielder. Just to get the feeling, though, that Mohammad Kaif made it. He's not in the picture yet. Still not there. Well, the bat is over the line, but is it on the ground? That is the question. Most of that bat is in the air. Is it grounded at any point? Well, the television replay umpire has to make that decision. It has hit the ground, it has bounced. That is close. That is very close. Not out is his decision, and it's his to make. Don't think everyone would necessarily agree with that, but that's his decision.
Benefit of the doubt to the batsman. I bet Mohammad Kaif doesn't actually know how close that was. Should be two. Kaif going to the danger end, and he's by far the quickest, as has been pointed out. Now he's gone mid-wicket, and he's done it very well. Brings up the 200.
That's the sort of stroke play that will work on this surface. Power hitting. Of course, you've got to have a bit of timing involved as well, but it's more power than timing when you're slugging like that. Big gap down there.
Set this one down to long on. It'll just be the single, no one. Mohammad Kaif is very, very quick, so he scampers back for the second. That's good running from Kaif. Ganguly only wanted the one at that stage, and he came back. Nice clap there from Mohammad Kaif.
Well, Asif Karim is the man in the deep. He was scorned by Mohammad Kaif. Mohammad Kaif gave the impression to the fielder in the deep that he was quite happy with the one, sprinting hard, and then all of a sudden seeing Asif Karim a little slow on the pickup. Easy second.
Gone again. He's hit that one nice and flat. Asif Karim does very well indeed. 2 more runs. That's really good stuff from the 39-year-old. Great commitment.
And Steve Buckner is not happy at all as we watch Ganguly slog this one wide of long on. And great commitment. He's not the quickest in the field, but got his body behind that one. And as we watch this, Steve Buckner went, well, virtually the length of the pitch to have a word with the Indian captain about running on the wicket. Is not happy at all.
Charges again. This time he gets it through the 2 men in the cover. Sweep on the offside. Just the single. He's certainly on the ball, Steve Buckner. He's very sharp on any of these sort of things. And I don't think there's anything intentional at all from Saraf, but Buckner had a call at Saraf here running down the middle.
Oh God, he was just watching the ball. He wasn't bothered about the pitch. He can't believe it.
Quick single. Good backing up from Saraf. Oh, a bit of fancy footwork, and Saraf might have been in trouble there. Gee, the Kenyans can play soccer, we know that. It's one of the chosen games in Kenya. And a little bit more accuracy, and Saraf might have been on his way.
Well, all we can say is the leader is not setting the right example. He's just ambling through until he realized that the fielder was kicked the ball. He was about a yard short.
He's hit that to deep backward square. Oh, didn't quite get there. Good effort in the end. Piram Gondo it was. Another boundary to Saraf Ganguly. That's what he's looking to do. Hoist him leg side for 4.
The Kenyans set high standards in the field. All the fielders inside the circle have their hands on the hips. They think that this could have been a better effort, but I think that's a marvelous effort made in the deep. He went for the catch and really used the full length of the body to go for it, reaching of the arms to get close to the ball. But still the Kenyans unhappy with the effort.
This time he goes along the ground straight to Morris. Oh, it's a misfield. That's rare from Morris. Shake of his head, I'm not surprised.
Took a good catch to get Virendra Sehwag. this wasn't good at all.
Down the track again, he's launched that one. That's gone all the way. That's a huge hit. That is well played. It's cleared all those Indian spectators by a mile. Very, very good strike from Sourav Ganguly.
Terrific hit by the Indian captain. And as we admire this big hit, which went a long way, it's at least, what, 30 meters after the rope.
He's trying again, and he might... No, he's not going to get there. It's going to fall short, but it is going to go for 4. So 10 runs now off 2 balls from Sourav Ganguly. He's enjoying himself, so are the spectators. He's moved to 89.
Fatal mistake by the Kenyan captain. 1 over too many. He's in his 10th over. He's bowled a long spell, Steve Ticolo. And this time going with the spin. This is more skillful than the first one.
Tucked around, nice and fine. He wants to get back on strike. And he will do. Good running. 12 runs now off 3 balls. That's 6. The first ball of the over took him to the most 6s in this World Cup. He's hit 13. Davison from Canada hit 12 and Herschel Gibbs 10. So he's hit the lead there with 13 6s in the World Cup. And he's moved into the 90s. He's on 91. Wants to retain the strike.
A very strong bottom hand every time he lofts the cricket ball. Always in command against the spinners.
Collins Aboya, that's a direct hit. That is brilliant fielding again from Collins Aboya. Now the Kenyans are quite happy. Steve Buckner takes his time and eventually says, Simon Toffel, you better have a look at this.
And Mohammad Kaif is walking. And this is a second impossible run that he's attempted. I'm not sure whether it was Ganguly forced him into it or it was Mohammad Kaif's responsibility at that time to say no. Would have been good enough. Ganguly would have stayed on strike. Good throw that. Off balance, it's a direct hit. What a throw that is. So the brilliance in the field for Kenyans continue to amaze us. Third umpire's decision, Simon Toffel, one of the easier ones. There it goes. Mohammad Kaif is run out. I think Mohammad Kaif should have said no to this one. Ganguly plays to the fielder, wants the run. Could have said no, Mohammad Kaif. Doesn't want to let the captain down. Direct hit, and Kaif has no chance. He's made an important contribution, 15 of 20 balls, and India 233 for 3.
Yuvraj Singh is the next man in for India, playing his 69th game, average of just under 30. 46 overs gone, 234 for 3. Yuvraj Singh has just got that over Ravinder Shah. That's going to go for 4, just over the top. I reckon there's about 6 inches in it. It was a good over up until then. 4 runs off the last ball, makes it 7 off the over. 48 gone, 247 for 3. 12 balls remaining, still plenty of players to come, plenty of batsmen to come for India, but the partnership, the chief partnership, has been Ganguly and Tendulkar, 103 off 116 balls. Good start also from Virender Sehwag and Sachin, 74, and Ganguly and Kaif continued it. So it's been very good stuff, very solid stuff from India after winning the toss and electing the bat. They've made the most of it so far. 12 balls remaining. Martin Suji about to finish his spell. Full toss to start with. He smashed that one. Has he gone out of the ground? Yes, he has. There it is. What an outstanding shot to bring up your 100. Sourav Ganguly, that's his 3rd 100 in this World Cup, his 21st century. Correction, 22nd century overall. Another great captain's knock.
And what an occasion to get that 100. It's the semi-finals of World Cup 2003. This is a full toss, but difficult to hit those out of the ground, and especially straight down the pitch. It was a slow delivery that went wrong. Nothing wrong with the shot. Again, he gets the distance. It's a big hitter over the cricket ball, Sourav Ganguly.
It's got underneath that just. Ravinder Shah, just a slight fumble. They want to come back, but can't. A smile on the face of Ravinder Shah. So this is the shot that brought up that 100 for Sourav. It's his 4th century overall in World Cups. And he now joins an elite bunch who have got 4 in World Cups, Tendulkar and also Mark Waugh. Hit it beautifully, and he was pretty pumped up when he saw it go over the ropes.
This is intended to be a little critical as well.
It's picked that up as well. Has that gone? Yes, it has. Terrific stuff this time from Yuvraj Singh. Having a field day at the moment, these two.
And the bowler is wearing a shocked expression. This is a new batsman. 1 boundary earlier in the over, in the last over in fact. He's been the star for India. Great pickup shot. Bowler trying to get full, not full enough. You can see they're just pitching about a yard short of the crease. Enough for Yuvraj Singh to get underneath, and he's always had the gift of power, Yuvraj Singh. What a glorious hit that is. Superb pickup shot.
The length is bad from Martin Sujit. He will know that. Squeeze it down to 3rd man this time. It's a huge over. 14 runs now off 4 balls, couple of sixes. Might have gone again. No, there's a fielder out there. Is he going to be able to get to it? Oh, it's a very, very good effort. Doesn't quite get there. Runs away for 4 runs. Morris Adumbi it is. Ends a huge over for India. 18 runs from it. 49 gone. 265 for 3. Yuvraj Singh this time. Has he hold out? David Abuya is down there, and he's taken a very good catch. Yuvraj Singh hitting it in the air, just a little bit too much elevation. But he's done his job. He's given the captain lots of strike, and a handy little partnership again, but a good catch from David Abuya.
And the second catch for him. He picked Tendulkar up. Now it's Yuvraj Singh that is finished. And again, a Kenyan fielder going for the catch. They know no other way. Just go for those catches, even if they look impossible. 16 to Yuvraj Singh and 267 for 4 for India.
Rahul Dravid, almost 6,500 runs, average of just under 40. That's impressive stats from him. 206 game he's playing. Of course, does the keeping role these days and does it very effectively. 4th wicket to go down was Yuvraj Singh. Good partnership this one. It was 34 and 22 balls, and this is the end of it.
Well, trying to get it full was Odoyo. So it was a low full toss that was converted into by Yuvraj Singh. Couldn't get the middle.
3 balls left. Looking to launch again, Saraf. It'll just be the one. Rahul Dravid wants to get back and get down on non-striker's end.
There again, looking to pitch into that block hole. Yuvraj Singh giving himself room, and David Abuya taking another good catch. Spotted it early, went for the ball, charged at it, and in the end diving forward and taking a 2-handed safe catch.
We've seen terrific exuberance in the field again from Kenya. 1 or 2 little lapses, but overall they've been totally committed. Of course, this is a huge day for them, and a huge day for all cricket lovers. Sudden death semi. Well, Dravid's got no time whatsoever to get his eye in. He might be quite pleased he got a single.
Well, I'm sure there must have been some thought given to whether Dinesh Mongia would be a better batsman to go in at this stage. But it was Rahul Dravid who came in at the fall of the 4th wicket. Ganguly, for some reason, decided to come and have a chat with Dravid. The last ball of this innings. Wonder what the topic of discussion would be at this stage.
269 for 4. 112 was his highest score in this World Cup. He's on 110 at the moment. He's hit that solidly. David Abuya's in the line of fire again, and they just end up with a single to get to that 270 mark, which we were talking about all night. 270 for 4 after 50 overs. Outstanding knock from Sourav Ganguly. 111 not out. A captain's knock again. His 3rd 100 in the World Cup. Outstanding, Sanj.
Well, the consistent run for India continues. It started off slow and measured, but a good opening partnership between the two right-handers, Sehwag and Tendulkar. Tendulkar missing out on another 100 in this tournament, but Ganguly's got 3 of them. 111 not out, and they've reached a score of 270 for 4, which on this outfield, Mike, I think is as good as 300.
So Sourav Ganguly leading from the front with that 100, not out 111 from 114 deliveries. Another wonderful innings from Sachin Tendulkar. Yet again, he didn't quite get it through to 100, but he set the pace and set the tone for the day. Sehwag with 33 at the start looked in good touch. And 270 for 4 from 50 overs would already look to be a really big ask for the Kenyans chasing such a target. Just look at the Kenyan bowling figures. Not too much to applaud there today. Odoyo was pretty tight, 1 for 45 from his 10, as was Ongondo, 1 for 38 from his 10. Karim, more expensive today than he was against Australia. Had a really good day against Australia, but not really against India. Tikolo, 1 for 60. Suji, number 62. And Collins Abuya, the leg spinner who's been much touted during this tournament, expensive as well. 6 overs, none for 40.
Off the mark. A bit of a mix-up now. Ravinder Shah, we know one of his faults in his batting. He's a very fine player, nice and elegant with his style, but he's not the greatest of callers. Ravinder Shah has been involved in quite a few run-outs in this World Cup. Already in that one, you saw a bit of hesitation. One thing that the Kenyans do is there doesn't seem to be any great communication between the two. They both set off from either end with no real calling, no real shouting between them, so that's obviously going to cause a few problems. Sliding leg side, good take also from Rahul Dravid, but Javagal Srinath is going to have to bowl that again.
That's a very good stop. He saved a certain boundary. He had to go across to his left. Good effort. And don't forget, he's not a natural. It doesn't come naturally to him. He's put in a lot of practice in the last 6 to 8 months.
Zahir Khan. Good shot. Very good shot indeed. Square on the offside for 4. Got a good stride in.
Well, first boundary of the Kenyan innings, and this is exquisite timing. He's not trying to hit the ball too hard. It's just a gentle push, just using the pace of the bowler, opening the face of the blade at the right time. Good contact. And this outfield would have quickened up just a bit.
Line's good again from Zahir Khan. Just came back a fraction in towards the right-handed Kennedy Abuya. It's one of the things they'll be concerned about, the Kenyans. Good seam position and just coming back a fraction. They know he can swing the ball. Ashish Nehra is someone who goes across the right-handers. And Javagal just bowls a very, very tidy line and length. Dravid not taking that one, and Kennedy Abuya going for the huge shot over extra cover. Needs to perhaps just settle down a little bit, Kennedy.
Yes, if he's going to attempt shots like this, I won't be surprised if the fast bowler reacts very quickly. And one of the ways to react is test him with a short ball.
Now, that's not a bad shout. Just outside the line, I think, and the shake of the head from Steve Buckner. Let's see if we can lip read. We don't have to.
This one's nipped back in. You've got to watch the bounce as well. 2 questions to be asked. Is the height okay? And would that ball have missed leg stump? You can see Kennedy Abuya on his toes when he was looking to play it. It's hit right on top of the roll of the pad and would have gone on top of the stumps. He's a tall man, Srinath, so he does extract bounce.
This time Kennedy gets well forward, a couple of paces forward as well. After he plays a shot, he has the ability, actually, Kennedy, to get well forward to anything pitched up. I don't know too many guys in international cricket who get such a big stride in.
Solid forward defensive shot. And then a couple of faces forward. Srinath would have watched him.
doesn't like being tied down. Kennedy Abuya, 6 runs now, 18 balls he's faced. Oh, that's hit him on the helmet. That's gone straight up. He's gone straight down. No one's appealed whatsoever. Wow, that's another nasty whack.
Forward defensive shot, and then you take a couple of paces again down towards the fast bowler. Perfect reply. I don't think he's picked it. It wasn't all that short. He's just taken his eyes off the ball. I think he's still shaken from that hit from Brett Lee.
Now, there's a big shot from Zahir Khan. The question is there, did it pitch outside the line of leg stump? Daryl Harper obviously thinks it did, and the leg buys the result. He was the only one, admittedly, that went up in a big way. Tram lines are in, confirmation of it just pitching outside the line of leg stump, so no dramas there for Ravindu Shah. Seems to be in good spirits tonight. Daryl Harper, we've seen him smile quite a bit, which you don't normally see in a big game like this. Works that away leg side. Initially just wanted the single, and then suddenly thought, hang on, I might get 2 here.
Well, he does look awkward when he's looking to play the ball away on the onside. Any delivery that's just short of length, he just gets stuck. It's like a blind spot for him.
We've looked at Mohammad Kaif. There's Sourav Ganguly. He's imitating Rahul Dravid. Dravid used to be in the slips, and Ganguly's just replicating exactly what he does, getting nice and low. That's a lot lower than slippers normally do. There's Sourav, who'll get down very low as the bowler gets the crease. It's another very good over. Good pace too from Zahir Khan. 12 for no loss. He's had another big swing at that one and missed it by some distance.
Well, the bowling has been short to Kennedy Abuya most of the time, and his eyes must have lit up here when he saw this ball in his half. The intention was right, but the footwork wasn't quite there. You can just see the frustration building. There haven't been too many loose balls on offer. You just get the feeling something's going to give here.
He's got a rather deep gullying position as well now, Srinath. Gets his gloves well out of the way of that. Wants a single. This might be tight with a direct hit. It is a direct hit. Is it going to be referred? Umpire Daryl Harper says no, but that's very good work from Yuvraj Singh.
Now we'll have to see if this is a good decision. The Indian fielders just saying, why don't you call for the third umpire? Now, one of the reasons why it's a good decision, have a look at the position of Daryl Harper. That's a great position for an umpire. That's why he doesn't need the third umpire. He was dead sure that the batsman had made his ground.
Now that's a big shout. That's pretty close. A shake of the head. Was it outside the line of leg stump again, or was there an inside edge? The Indians are not happy at all.
Well, it's also the bounce. He's a tall man, Ravindu Shah. Zahir Khan is not happy, but when you're bowling over the wicket, he just feels that it's not done enough. It's not come back enough. That's what Daryl Harper feels. But it's pitched outside the leg stump as well, so no issue. And he's right, it's not really come back into the right-hander.
Now there's another big shout. That's come back a little bit, but I think he's going to get the same response. Yes, he does. That shake of the head from Daryl Harper. So a couple of huge shouts from Zahir Khan in that over. Both given not out. 7 overs gone, 15 for no loss.
That should be a wide. But have a look at that delivery anyway. Look at the pace on that delivery. Look at the bounce. We saw a bouncer bowl earlier on when Kenya were in the field. Got to about that high, but it died on the way through to the wicketkeeper. Have a look at this. Still on the way up.
And that's precisely the reason why Sourav Ganguly decided to bat first after winning the toss. He saw what happened to England when they batted under lights at Durban. Threat of rain notwithstanding, just went by the past incidents, the recent past incidents, when England really struggled to get those runs under lights. Didn't get a huge total, India. But in the end, England hopelessly out of chase because of the help that was there for the seamers under lights. Seems very relaxed, Sourav Ganguly. He's got 270 on the board. He's got the Kenyan batsman in trouble. He's not trying too many things. You can see him, he's just quite happy to sit there at second slip.
That's a good shout. Again. Oh, finally, the thing that it goes up. I was just about to say again, he has been refused by umpire Harper. Perhaps it was the continuous appeal. We'll have to wait and see.
And if at all this ball is pitching in line, it's because of the length. The length is very full, and you've got to say Daryl Harper had a very good look at it. It's not swinging too much for Zaheer Khan. So pitch is on leg stump, and where is it heading? Straight into the furniture. It's a good decision, and you could see it when he had a look at it, and he was quite clear in his mind exactly what was going to happen. Ravindra Shah, a better batsman, is dismissed, gone for one, and Kenya 20 for 1.
Well, I'm not too sure how many people are surprised, but I am to see Peter Nkondo walking out to the wicket at number 3. Perhaps it's because he has a strike rate of 76. Kenya are well behind where they need to be. But if you have a look at the average, 11.55. He'll certainly need to improve on that to be effective.
Well, if I know the Kenyan coach well enough, he's not going to sit back and allow the match to drift. He's going to give his best shot. Yes, that was a nice one from Zaheer Khan. He's got his own fan club going. He's had a wonderful tournament. The Sandeep Patil will keep trying things.
Didn't know too much about that Peter Nkondo. Pace.
Well, after he got hit, he's worked out the way to handle that ball. This is another look at that leg before, pitching on leg stump. And I thought Daryl Harper knew it the first time when that happened, that this was going to be in the bowler's favor. But still had a long look at it, kept Zaheer Khan under some suspense for a while. And almost when the bowler had given up, there he is pleading with Daryl Harper. Given up. Hands on his knees. I think Daryl Harper was playing with the young man.
Spectators catch that.
The flags continue to fly high. They think another wicket has fallen. This time Yuvraj Singh playing with the spectators. Came off the bounce, straight to Yuvraj Singh, and throws it up in the air.
Wow. Rightly called a wide. That's why I don't really believe in these pinch hitters, Sanjay, unless they are really good players. Peter Nkondo, batting at number 3 against this sort of bowling, I don't think so.
Well, whatever he does, he's got to do quickly. He's consumed 4 balls. Precious overs are being taken away from Kenya. Their class batsmen are still waiting in the wings. They've got to come in early, if at all. They have to make a serious attempt at the target. They've got to come in early.
That's in the air, and I think that will be the end of Peter Nkondo. Don't think anyone could have expected much different, really. Hasn't got the class to perform at number 3 at this level.
And what's going to happen to the next batsman is an opposition even more fired up. They picked up 2 wickets, trying to play the short arm pull, looking to just chip it over mid-wicket. All he does is gives catching practice to Zaheer Khan. So in the act again, taking a catch this time after picking up a wicket. Zaheer Khan at mid-on helps out his partner Ashish Nehra, who's picked up Ngondo for a duck, and the score 21 for 2.
Well, we're not going to be trying to predict this Kenyan batting lineup. It's Thomas Odoyo coming out to replace Peter Ngondo. Well, he certainly has a much better record. Over 1,000 runs, averaging in the low 20s, and a pretty good strike rate as well. That's well played. Haven't had too many shots out of the middle of the bat so far. That one was.
More accomplished batsman in the Kenyan team is the genuine all-rounder in the team. Plenty of experience, and comes up with a useful performance more often than not. Thomas Odoyo got nicely on top of that one. 3 fielders in that ring outside the off stump. In the circle, still managed to pierce through.
Well, Thomas Odoyo certainly getting a move on since he has been there. 11 overs bowled, 27 for 2. Well played. No great effort, just a matter of timing it and placing it well, and good running as well, coming back for the third.
Well, now the batting is starting to make an impression with the advent of Thomas Odoyo.
Out, caught by Dravid. Good delivery from the veteran.
Well, this is classic Javagal Srinath. He's a magnificent bowler over the years, in the right area, lets the seam do the work. Rahul Dravid makes no mistake. Kennedy Aboya, he's gone for 15, it's 30 for 3.
Captain Steve Tikolo, awful lot to do.
Mind if he gets a delivery like Kennedy Aboya got just now, he'll find it equally as difficult to deal with. Look at that bounce, holds up, outside edge, regulation.
Well, there's runs of some kind. I'm not sure that Steve Buckland knows quite what to signal here. Wides, buys. Bit tough on the keeper, that, wasn't it?
Well, exactly what I was thinking. I mean, in fairness, it's swung a lot after it's pitched. Now, it's actually gone over past the batsman and then swung viciously afterwards. But that can happen. Rahul Dravid might feel a little unlucky to get 4 byes against his name there.
Nicely played. Just the one, though. 14 gone, 35 for 3. Oh, this is going to be fun for whoever is under that. It's gone a mile in the air. Well caught, very well caught. Looks simple, but trust me, it isn't.
No, I'll tell you, this is one of those wickets that's great to watch from up here. But if you're the man down at fine leg under this, well, first of all, it's up there what seems an eternity, and then it'll be swinging all over the place. Thomas Odoyo going for the big one, skying it, and I have to say that Harinder Sehwag has taken that and made it look extremely easy. It wasn't, believe me. Odoyo's gone for 7, it's 36 for 4.
58 matches, or this is his 58th, over 1,000 runs at an average of just 25. Reasonable strike rate, but too much to do.
it's paddled, premeditated, and very successful. Sparing dive. Zahir Khan to no avail, but premeditated. Just enough bat on it.
The secret to hit the ball for 4 is to hit it all along the ground. It runs reasonably well there. The outfield would have got just a little bit quicker since 2:30, but not a lot. As soon as you hit it in the air, oh, you got the wrong hand on it. The left hand got in the way first. Ah, it's not turning either, Ian. That is turned square. Well tried.
Well, I mean, this is probably pitched outside off. Noel Dravid hasn't got a clue where it's gone. I don't think many keepers would. Now, I've never quite worked out why he'd want to do that.
101 balls for that 50, and that's slapped away through extra cover. It won't go for 4, or shouldn't. It doesn't.
Quite beautiful, isn't it? Full moon a couple of nights ago.
You would have been in the bush when that full moon came up there. Yeah.
I did. I was lucky enough to be out at a place called Leopard Hills. One of the most beautiful spots I've been to, I have to say. And it was spectacular. So if everyone's never been, I suggest you give it a go. Quite amazing to see leopards and lions, and there in the Savi Savi, near part of the Kruger National Park. Very, very spectacular. It doesn't do a lot for the waistline, though.
Well, you got in here all right.
Just.
That's nicely played. This time it's the captain, and he does well. Good throw too. Well played. What a fine cricket shot. Whether it was shot.
He's prepared to use his feet. Comes down. Now just have a look at this. It's not all under control. Inside out, opens the face, full follow through, and clears the ropes handsomely. That is a top-class shot. Excellent. Inside out.
Just knew exactly where he wanted to hit it, and he hit it precisely there. If it hadn't have gone for 6, it was perfectly safe because it was between long off and the man sweeping on the cover boundary. Here he goes again. This might be out though. Yes, it is. One too many, but he had to try. 63 for 5 now, Kenya.
Well, Thomas Adonde decided it was time to entertain. He wasn't going to ask the question later, if only I tried. He did try. Magnificent 6 off the first ball of the over. This time, not quite timing it, not getting hold of it all. So Khan makes no mistake. Yuvraj Singh picks up the wicket of Maurice Adonde. He's gone for 19. It's 63 for 5.
.892 runs.
Chases on by Javagal Srinath. Come back for a couple for Steve Tikolo. Bit of action between the overs.
Sudden sense of urgency. I've never seen Saurav Ganguly that quick in between overs. He's setting an example. He's shouting at his fielders, come on, man. 3 overs left. What are you doing? You can take all the time in the world after 25 overs have been bowled.
Over the top, good shot. Over the top of extra cover, that goes for 4. That's well played by Steve Tikolo.
Hitting with the spin and hitting inside out. It's a welcome boundary here for Kenya. Big stride forward, realized he wasn't quite there to the pitch of the ball and just went through with the shot.
Flight again, squeezed to the skipper, who's on the mark again and trotting across. 23 gone, 76 for 5. Oh, that's another very good delivery. It's gone straight past the bat, straight past Rahul Dravid, and it's going to run away for 4 byes. It was the toppy again, but lovely flight.
Well, I don't think Dravid's picked it. He was going the other way. It was the top spinner. And in many ways, I think India have been a little fortunate. Dravid is a part-time keeper. He's not really been tested against the turning ball in this tournament. Anil Kumble is in the sidelines.
Now that's interesting. That says 23 overs. That's not the case. We're 25 overs and 1 ball in. 2 balls in now. And that's obviously why Saurav Ganguly's been checking it all the time. That's going to run away towards the fence. It's pretty slow in that region. Just going to trickle onto the right. So 4 runs.
Well, that's a good shot. Very good shot. Good use of the crease when he went back. A good point you make there, Mike. I think that's the reason why the crowd did not react. There'll be a huge roar from the crowd once that figure there comes to 25. 25 overs have been bowled, but the scoreboard shows 23 overs. What did I tell you? You have to carry that in your pocket, Duckworth and Lewis. Don't trust the scoreboard.
Gone. Rahul Dravid's taken the catch. Zahir Khan back into the attack, and he's picked up a wicket. He's broken the back of Kenya now. 92 for 6 they are.
Well, you could see it coming. He had beaten the bat on a couple of occasions. He was pitching the ball up, getting some movement away from the left-hander. And finally, he's rewarded. Again, excellent seam position. Just playing inside it, bat away from the body. And once again, when the batsman nicks, Dravid makes no mistake. Zahir Khan picks up his 2nd wicket. Hitesh Modi departs, and Kenya reeling at 92 for 6.
Playing his 20th game, David Abuya, averaging under 10. Strike rate also isn't great, so obviously just starting to get towards the tail now. Kenya 92 for 6 they are.
Well, that'll go all the way to the boundary. No bat involved. Leg byes will be signalled. And that brings the Kenyan 100 up. No chance for Rahul Dravid.
I think this is one target that Kenya have been aiming for since they lost those early wickets. They certainly don't want to be bowled out too cheaply. And they want to post a 3-figure score. I think they basically know they are out of this game, Kenya. Just a matter now of delaying the inevitable. They don't want to be bowled out very cheaply in very few overs. They're just trying to bat out as many overs as possible.
I often wonder what's the point in that though, Mikey. You're almost 9 runs and over required now. Surely full house, give it a go. If you don't ask the question, you'll never know the answer. Single off that last ball, the over. 31 completed. It's 101 for 6. This could be problems. Well, Ramjan Singh puts his hand up in the air. He seems to think this is very close. Direct hit, I have no doubt. David Abuya would have been out. Let's just have a look.
I think Steve Buckner is just making sure exactly what happened here, but Harbhajan Singh didn't look all that confident. There's a long way to go. Here comes the dive. Surely direct hit, he would have been out. It's close, and the bat is in the air. That is another problem for the umpire, the third umpire. Another bat in the air over the line. Let's see.
Oh, the bat is way up in the air, Mikey. Well, I think it's absolutely right. It's not an easy decision, but a little unlucky for David Boyer. As he hits the ground, the bat gets thrown up in the air.
It was always going to be a close one. Steve Buckner wasn't absolutely sure. The bat was certainly over the line, but it has to be grounded. Unfortunate, but he has to go. It's 104 for 7.
Collins, the Boyer's the new batsman. And a pretty good World Cup with the ball. That could be out. Oh, well, I have to say then, not the best of efforts I've seen from Rahul Dravid. Must be very deep, the sand behind those stumps.
Well, it took him some time to start moving in the first place, and then, well, a dive certainly would have done the job. Two-handed dive at that.
Pretty good over, maiden over. Could have had a wicket. 35 gone. It's 108 for 7. That's a lovely shot. And well fielded, Harbhajan Singh. There's a bowl leg spinners. Throwing it up and saying, OK, come and have a go. Steve DeCola picks up 2 more. Good fielding.
Shot that is, top of the roof and over it.
Well, Sehwag is pointing out to long off where Sourav Ganguly is stationed. Well, it's not fun at the moment. I think it's Ganguly who's asked him to flight the ball to Obuya, and out of the blue, this mighty blow. That was powerfully struck. Almost cleared that roof, taking some chip with it. I think it was Ganguly asking Sehwag to give some more air outside the off stump in an endeavour to pick up another wicket. All he does is gives 8 runs of the last 2 balls. 129 for 7.
That's gone a very long way. Good shot.
Steve DeCola is the man. Look at that. That's a clean hit. We've seen a few sixes in this match. It's one of the better ones. It was good to watch a straight hit, straight down the wicket.
He's got an edge on this. He might get 4 for it. He does. That's 10 in 2 balls.
A typical reaction of a non-regular bowler. After being hit straight down the wicket, goes short in length. This is the 6th that we were talking about. Looks good in the black sky, the white ball. And yes, the fielding, not impressive.
And again. 6 more. Good job they moved the trophy off that table.
Well, he's a strong man, DeCola. Didn't quite get to it, and I don't think he middled this one. But just good use of the arm. A jerk at the very last minute to get the power. Not the same distance, you can see that's where it landed the last time in the stand, this time falling short. But still, Srinath at long on. Had to just watch it sail over his head. So Tikolo now moving on to 46.
It would be fitting for the Kenyan captain to get a 50. And he's done it. For the last ball of the over. Excellent shot. Big over for Kenya. Too little, too late, maybe. 152 for 7. It's cleverly played. And anything above that 250, look how cross he is with himself, Tendulkar.
Well, he's played some big shots against the spinner Steve Tikolo, but against Tendulkar, far more respect shown, even to this very loose deliveries.
Bowled him out, dragged it back onto the stumps. And Sachin Tendulkar takes the applause graciously. But a good innings from the Kenyan captain.
He's got all kinds of variety with the wrist spin. This is the quicker delivery. And looking to hit hard, just came in a bit too quickly for him. And also didn't quite turn as much as he expected. He's delighted, and why not? He loves taking wickets, wants to be involved in the game at all time. And did well on that occasion. Steve Tikolo gone for 56, and Kenya 161 for 8.
Martin Suji, the new man at the crease, 161 for 8. That's a wide called by umpire Steve Bucknor. He might have to add 4 to it. Yes, he does.
Very quickly to call it wide. I think it was a little unfair to Dravid earlier in the innings against Srinath's short pitch delivery, which was quite wide. And this time just hitting the rough. And that's perhaps the reason Dravid couldn't get behind that one. So the over continues. For Tendulkar, he wouldn't mind that.
Dravid now angry with himself, because that sort of thing can't happen on Sunday. It just can't. 170 for 8.
Not a bad shout, that's out. Up goes that finger from umpire Steve Bucknor. Just a little bit of reverse swing, I think. It darted back into the last minute and caught him in front.
Well, he's such a natural. Just watch the seam here when it leaves his hand. He's bowling seam up. He's been bowling leg spin for all this while. Have a look at this. Bolt upright, reverse swing, struck in line. That would have knocked over the centre pole. So Kenya lose their 9th wicket. It's 179 for 9.
Number 11, Asif Karim, average of over 12.5. That's not too bad for number 11. In his 34th game, 39 years of age, of course. Came back out of retirement to play in this World Cup, and he's left his mark. So was the man with the ball in his hand, Sachin Tendulkar. That's the end of the 46 over, 179 for 9. Got him. Terrific Yorker to finish things for Zahir Khan. He's had a great night. That's his 3rd. Picks up 3 for 14. And they've wrapped this up in emphatic style. Really, really top-notch performance from India.
First-class effort. Around the wicket. Perfect Yorker. Again, just a hint of reverse swing. That's good enough for number 11. The centre stump knockback. And this is an emphatic win for India. They dominated the game from the outset. And a journey that started on the 12th of February as it ended up with them being in the final of the World Cup.
Well, it was all too much for Kenya in the end. Bowled out for 179. Their dream is now shattered. The bubble has burst. But India were very, very efficient. As far as the Kenyans were concerned, Steve Tikolo got his 56th there. He'll remember that, a 50 in a semi-final of the World Cup. But the others really were blown away by a very, very efficient Indian bowling attack. And the captain, Sourav Ganguly, controlled things very efficiently himself. Those are the bowling figures. Zaheer Khan with 3 for 14. Srinath 1 for 11. Ashish Nehra 2 for 11. Those were the main figures in destroying the Kenyan lineup. Harbhajan, number 32 from his 10. Yuvraj rushed through his overs to make sure they got into the 25 overs quickly. And Sehwag and Tendulkar just had a bit of fun at the end. So that was that. The Indian seamers holding sway. And the final result, India winners of this semi-final by 91 runs. And at the end of the evening, Michael Holding spoke to the two captains.
Yeah, I think the boys played pretty good. You know, we had good fun in this tournament, and hopefully from now on, Kenya cricket goes to the top.
Well, coming into the Super Sixes, you're hoping to get there. You got to the semi-finals, but I don't think you seriously expected to get to the finals, did you?
Well, you never know, Mikey, with cricket. Anything can happen, and, you know, today was not our day.
Yeah, perhaps things didn't go your way today. But a lot of things have gone well for you in the tournament. You have certainly gained a lot of fans for one.
Obviously, yes, and you know, I'd like to say thank you to those who supported us here in South Africa and our fans back at home. Thank you so much.
And of course, you're hoping that the money now will come into Kenyan cricket to improve the cricket in Kenya. But I notice you have got a bit of weight on the left arm here, Steve. Where did the sponsors come from?
Yeah, Mikey, the other day we got a sponsor, director special, and you know, that's a good gesture, and hopefully, you know, this, you know, happens to Kenya cricket.
Hopefully other people will follow likewise. But we know, we have heard so much, we have seen so much in the newspapers about the interest to know created in Kenya. Do you think that will carry on, Steve, or do you think it's a short-lived effort?
Well, you know, if we put the structure in place, I know this will carry on because, yeah, you know, we've received so many messages from home, and, you know, the whole country has stood behind us, and, you know, that's a good gesture.
Sourav, it seemed quite obvious to us that the plan was to get over 250 and then things would fall into place.
Yeah, it was. Durban's always been a good wicket to bowl, and obviously we won an important toss again today because it does a bit in the night, and the way our fast bowlers have bowled, I thought it was a good total on the board. Yes, winning the toss did prove important because the pitch seemed to have quickened up a bit later on in the afternoon. Yeah, it does. It does quicken up a bit in the afternoon, but you still need to have the bowlers to put the ball in the right place. It had a bit in the morning. We knew it because it's been under covers for 1.5 days, but we decided to take the challenge because if you can put runs up on the board and not lose early wickets, we'll be through with this game. Yes, and your bowlers responded well again. Yeah, the seamers bowled fantastically. They've put the ball in the right place and bowled with good pace, and I hope they carry on in the next game. You seemed a little bit nervous when a few flashes of lightning were in the sky, though. Yeah, yes, once we finished the 15 overs, I wanted to get to the 25, so I got the 2 spinners on, and once we were through the 25 overs, I was pretty relaxed.